Hello, welcome back to Sorare Assist. Adam here, we've got another video for you today, and this will be the last video for the end of season sale video series that I've been doing. Today I'm going to be highlighting the best picks from the end of season sale videos in terms of forwards. Stick around for that. If you do like this video, smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. If you're not signed up to Sorare yet, then sign up using the link below to get a free limited card and 13 common cards. Consider joining my Patreon where you'll get weekly scouting, plus you'll also get all the pre-season action and the latest transfer news as well. Okay, let's get stuck into today's content then. So as I say, I'm going to be highlighting the top 5 end of season sale forwards from the video series that I've recently produced over the last few weeks and months. Do check those out if you've not seen those videos yet. And these top 5 are in no particular order. As I say, they're all going to be forwards as well from the European leagues. Okay, let's get straight stuck into it then with the first forward. And the first one I've gone for is Fias Selemani. Now, at the time of recording, he is playing for Godrich still, but there is heavy rumours that he is potentially going to be signing for Genk. They, of course, also play in the Belgian Pro League, so this could be a really good move for Selemani. He really impressed last year as well, with an L15 of 55 and an L40 of 61. Limited at the moment is going for around 73, and his rare is going for around 599, which looks a decent price for me for a forward. For looks his scores over the last year, we can see some brilliant scores here, including 7 scores in the 70-80, 2 in the 80-90, and 4 in the 90-100. He's also scored 13 goals and 5 assists in the last year. So not only that though, his all-round score is absolutely fantastic for a forward at 14.1. So this is a player that I really am a fan of. And if we look at all the scores that we've got available, as you can see, we've got a similar theme of some absolutely fantastic performances. So I think he's looking a really impressive option. Another good option is Gerard Deulofeu of Udinese. 28, an L15 of 66 and an L40 of 60. His limited at the moment is going for around 84 and his rare is going for around 638. As you can see from these numbers, really impressive form last season. Speaking of last season, these are the scores over the last year, and he's again another high scoring player, and he's got majority of scores in the 60-100 range, which is what we like to see. His all-round game is looking good as well at 12.6. He's got 13 goals and 5 assists in the last year alone. And if you look at all the scores he's got available, again, when he is playing, he's got the potential to get some really high scores here in the 70s, 80s and 90s. There was a period here where he did not play. This is potentially through to an injury or something like that. But as you can see, more recently for Udinese, he has been playing consistently for them and scoring really well. Now, another good forward that I like is Iago Aspas. Yes, he is 34 now, but it doesn't show any signs of slowing down, and I think it's a fantastic card to have. He's got an L15 of 59 and an L40 of 59. He of course plays for Celta Vigo in the Spanish La Liga. His limited is going for 44 at the moment, and his rare is going for 389 on auction. This is, to me, looking really cheap for a champion Europe forward. Now, he has got a contract till the end of this season, so we'll see what happens after that. But if you are after a cheap forward, guessing is going to really serve you well in the upcoming season. Now, if we look in the last year, he scored 18 goals and 6 assists in the last year. He's also scored 100 score here. I remember this one well, because he did score a hat-trick in this game, if I remember right. And it was in a team that won me a star limited card in this game week. So I'm a big fan of Aspas, and he's going to be in my team next season. He's got some brilliant scores, as you can see. His all-round score is looking good as well at 11.1. If we look at all the scores that we've got available, similar theme really, consistently scoring good player. He's got 22 scores in the 70-80 range, 10 in the 80-90 and 5 in the 90-100. So if you're a little tight on funds and you are looking for a player who's capable of getting assists and goals for the Champion Europe division, then Aspas is a really good option. Next up, I've got Ghent forward Tariq Tissoudali. Now, there was rumours of him potentially moving away from Ghent, so I've not seen any of those recently though. I don't know if that still is the case, so that's something maybe to read up on. I can't see any recent news of that though. He's got an L15 of 57 and an L40 of 55. His limited at the moment is going for around 58 and his rare is going for around 521 on auction. Now, let's have a look at his SO5 scores then. So, in the last year alone, he's scored 27 goals and also got 7 assists. And we can see from his score graph some brilliant scores of 70s and 80s and also a 100 score here. And his bar graph is looking also really appealing with plenty of scores in the 60 to 100 range, which is what we want really. We want those peak scores to get amongst those big prizes. If we look at all his scores then on his score graph, we can see a consistent run of fantastic games and some really good scores as well. And all the data we've got in the 62 starts that he's had, 24 as a substitute, he's scored 40 goals and also 15 assists. So as you can see, he's an absolutely fantastic option. Another good option that I believe also for Ghent, although it says he's playing for Mechelen here, he has now signed for Ghent. Long contract as well until 2025, I believe. Obviously, Ghent are a fantastic team, probably a better outfit than Mechelen as well, so I expect him to really crack on next season. He's got an L15 of 59, L40 of 56 while playing for Mechelen. Of course, his limited is going from 69 at the moment and his rare is going from 673. Now, if we look in the last year, he scored 13 goals and also 10 assists. Again, this was while playing for Mechelen, and we can see from his score graph that it's looking really impressive. Majority of his scores are in this on the right side of this bar graph here, between the 60 to 80 range. And I would suspect he'd have more scores in this range here. Now he's playing for a better team. He's looking really, really good to me. So another really, really good option. He has recently scored as well in the pre-season friendlies. Again, if you want all the pre-season friendly action, the up-to-date action, check out my Patreon where I am doing some pre-season scouting now. So here's the final pick this week, and I'm sure you'll agree, there's some 5 fantastic forwards there to consider for your SO5 lineups. If you did like this video, smash the like button and subscribe to the channel. If you're not signed up to Sorare yet, then sign up using the link below to get a free limited card and 13 common cards, which is obviously going to become really useful in the Academy League if you're a new starter to Sorare. And as I say, check out my Patreon where I do weekly scouting and I'm covering all the pre-season at the moment and all the latest transfer news. Okay guys, thanks for watching and I'll see you again soon.